What's up guys, welcome back to another one. Today we're gonna be engine swapping this Predator 212 Ghost that I got from Harbor Freight onto the $500 race car that I blew up in the last video. Definitely just blew this thing up. Wait, before we get into the video, I have a surprise for y'all. I teamed up with Harbor Freight. We're actually gonna be giving away a Predator Ghost 212 and the upgrade kit for free. Literally free. You don't have to get entries, none of that crap. Literally gonna go to my Instagram. The post is live right now as this video goes up. You're gonna tag 3 homies and make sure you follow Harbor Freight and myself. That's it. That's literally it. You have a chance to win a $500 motor setup on the house. Isn't that lit? Big shout out to Harbor Freight for sponsoring this video and hooking you guys up with something that could really change the game. So let's get into the video. In the last video, I absolutely blew this engine up. Make sure you check that one out if you haven't. I was sort of in the middle of if I wanted to swap this thing or not, and we let fate decide, and fate told us that it's time to put a Predator Ghost on. I have all the supporting mods ready to go on the shelf as well, and I'm gonna run through those with you guys just so if you're doing this at home, you can do it too. But first, let's get this Predator open. All right. Look at that thing. So this is it. If you guys aren't familiar with this engine, they dropped it last year. It is basically a rated racing engine. So you can throw this on a kart just like we're doing today and actually go race in a very popular class. I'm not gonna do that because I'm a drifty boy, but I definitely love that they support us, and I love that they are creating a shortcut for those who are just getting into this hobby. This thing has a slide carb and it has a bunch of hardened internals, which are very essential if you're trying to rev these things out. So yeah, I'm stoked. And next to go with it is their upgrade kit. So this is basically all the supporting mods you're gonna want for this engine. So it's the full thing, my guys, the whole thing, and that's why we're talking about it today, and that's why I'm giving one away. These are all the parts you're gonna need to put the Ghost on a chassis like this. I have this exact setup on the purple car over there, and I'm gonna give you guys the sauce right now. This is a 15-degree adjustable 4-stroke mount, so you can put any clone engine on this. It comes with these really cool parts that let it sit slanted, just like the one over there. I always run these Hilliard Extreme Duty clutches. I'm running, now hey, this is the one that everyone asks, I swear. This question gets asked more than any other question, which is what do I run chain and sprocket wise? So here it is, boys. Remember this part.
Write that down, write that down!
I run a number 35, 12-tooth clutch, and on this one, we ran a 56. So that's gonna give you a little bit more top end, less than like the torquey bottom end. And then of course we're running the chain. The plug is BMI cards. I'm gonna drop all the links below. This is not like sponsored or anything. I've just genuinely used their parts since day one, and I really like that they are one of the main people that are kind of rooting for this in between of racing and recreation. So, and minus the throttle cable, that's it. It's this, the engine, upgrade kit, running go-kart, very dialed, ready to race. So let's get it on. If you notice, the chain is on this side, which would be the right side, so your sprocket's gonna be on the outside of the axle. You come over here, and on these 4-stroke clones, the chain's on that side. That's the biggest obstacle here, is number 1, fitting the chain. Number 2 is moving the sprocket from the right side to the left side. That's gonna be another step, besides putting the engine on, is removing the axle. Wait, am I? Hold on, am I doing something here? Another shot bucko. Oh my, dude, this thing weighs like, no joke, 15 pounds. This is like, weighs less than like a small cat. Cool. That's it, bro, the engine's off. Gotta wipe her down when you got the chance, bro. There's so much like 2-stroke oil over this thing over the years, so I'm gonna slap some Simple Green on her, remove all that, destroy my bearings. The reason I'm taking all this off, if you didn't catch on already, is I'm putting the sprocket carrier on first. So it was on the outside, so it went like wheel, sprocket carrier, bearing, bearing. Now we're doing sprocket carrier, bearing, bearing, wheel. That's gonna allow us to put our chain on the other side. And if we twist the axle, you'll see that there's a place right here for the sprocket and a place right here. So we're just gonna end up putting a key right here in this keyway, and then this one will go right here, and we'll be able to line it up with the new engine. We're gonna lube up the shaft though.
You're gonna what?
What? All right, so excluding the fuel line, this is everything you get with the kit. Comes with extra seals, extra head gasket. So if you're getting it after you already bought the engine and used it, or it's brand new, this is what you need, boys. Besides the fuel lines and the clutch, which I'm about to install right now, this thing is ready to go. They couldn't make it any easier for people that are either good at this or just getting into it. Now we're installing the Hilliard Extreme Duty 12 tooth number 35 clutch. I know it's a lot, but I'll mention it again. It's gonna be in the description below if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Usually, these don't have a bolt in them. You know, the traditional 212s, 224s, because it's like for utility. But they hook it up this time, which is a big deal to me because it was tough figuring this out when I first was getting into these carts. We're running it outboard, which means the sprocket's gonna be facing away from the motor. Look at that. Like a glove. Okay, so already I can tell this thing is gonna line up fine. Front sprocket's chilling. Rear sprocket has plenty of play to move in and line up. So we are dialed when it comes to fitment. Nearing our final steps, which is fuel line and hooking up the throttle cable and oil, of course. But I'm gonna get the fuel line stuff out of the way. It's really cool. It comes with a diagram. These things can get pretty confusing, these little pulse pumps. So if you don't know, check out the diagram. I'm also gonna be running the filter that they come with. I didn't used to run these in the past, but it will definitely help save your car. This is by far the most requested thing about the Predator Ghost is how do you install the throttle cable? Take the whole thing apart, obviously. Maybe you don't know it's obvious. Pinky that boy. And you're gonna pull the slide out. See that? There that is. So you're gonna take your cable, you're gonna put it through the cap with the thing that holds it down, and then your cable goes through the spring. Okay? And now look at your slide. Be very careful with this thing. There's a little gap there. You slide her in. I swear, I've been asked this question, no joke, like 30 times, and I tell them, but I don't know, you know, it's better to see it. And then if your slide doesn't go in, you're just gonna twist it around until it finds the seam, and you're gonna, there it is, there it is. All right, today we're running the VP. 0.63 quarts is what the manual says, so that's what we're doing, boys. It's a little bit different for the drift carts, but this is not a drift cart yet. Thank God they include this funnel. It's honestly been life-changing for me because I used to make a mess every single time. I'm not trying to overfill it from this side. Oh, and it is. Now basically it needs gas and this thing will fire up. I'm gonna put some gas in it. I'm gonna prime the pump, and as soon as I see fuel up next to this fuel pump, we'll tune back in for the first start. Out of the box, my boy.
12 seconds later.
Okay, it's always confirmed. These things both rip and we're having a ton of fun out here. So next little thing I want to do is race the two, like straight drag race style. So we'll do some rolls and then we'll do it from a dig and see what's good with it, boys. All right, boys, thank you so much for tapping into this. This was such a fun video to film. Moral of the story, the Predator Ghost 212 rips. Shout out to Harbor Freight. I know this was like a shorter session than planned. Not only did we shatter a phone, but we burnt a clutch, and that's just how it goes sometimes. The next time, we're gonna be ripping these things at the track. Which is going to be a lot better just so we can actually get some lap times in and see, you know, if the gearing actually changes it.